Hi guys, and welcome back to another Let's Build episode. So last time we were building up onto the hill and building a really nice path to the arena and putting in place that really big inn/pub right outside the arena gates. And in this episode guys, we're going to be building up the city walls around Eastpoint. Now if you're new to the channel at all, we do a lot of tutorials and time lapses just like this one. So make sure to hit the subscribe button. Also guys, if you're new to this series at all, I'll leave a link in the card above, as well as in the description, to both the playlist for the main Lordsport series, as well as the main Plataria series. Anyway, let's get into building. So the reason I wanted to get onto the main walls of Lordsport is because I want to be building up right next to them, so building the houses right up to these walls and around the area of the arena to kind of finish off this part, because as you know, with big builds, it can become very, very difficult and you can kind of feel like you're not getting anywhere because you've got so much more work to do. So the way that I like to do it is split it up into these nice little areas like we've done here with Eastpoint of Lordsport, so it's just one of the main areas there. But also even subdividing that area because of course we've been building this for almost over a year now. So it's quite a long period of time to be working on one project. So I could see around the arena, I wanted to have like a nice area, so building up these nice walls here. We also needed to do it at some point anyway. I wanted to make them really, really thick. So that's the other kind of main point of them. There's a reason I went for the circular design as well, because I wanted to do lots of angled, as you've probably seen. Lordsport has got lots of angled buildings in there. It's me really trying to learn how to do angled buildings properly and kind of expand my own skills. So rather than doing square towers, if I'd done square towers, I would have had to do this at really strange angles and made them all fit. Whereas if you, of course, use circular towers, you don't even have to worry about that. So it meant that I could copy and paste, for example, the roofs of different sizes of the towers, but I did want to variate each of these towers as we went along. I also wanted a very large walkway going across, so we've got these very, very large and roofed walkways going across the side of it. They don't really have matriculations on any of these towers at all. The reason being that they're a lot thicker. That's the idea that I've got in my head, is that these are really quite thick towers, thick walls, and because it's on the top of a cliff especially, I can't imagine anybody being able to actually scale the cliffs to actually get up. So that's why I was thinking in my mind anyway, but I wanted these nice big walkways, really imposing, and lots of brick as well. So this is very highly kind of inspired from The Witcher 3. Of course, Novigrad has got these kind of walls, and I really like the look of it. I really like the look of that brick, and it really kind of brings out a different colour as well, and creates contrast against the stone brick. So as I kind of got used to these towers, I started off very simple, you know, different shapes and sizes of towers, not really different shapes, but different sizes of towers. I then decided to go with the walkways being at an angle and going downhill. This was really, really difficult. If you guys want to know the trick of being able to do this after I've done it for, so I think it was probably about 6 or so hours over the course of making this video, the trick is to place down blocks first. So do not start with your slabs or your stairs. Start with just blocks, get the shape off of a normal angle first, and then drop it down a block. That'll make it a lot easier, but yeah, it's still quite difficult and you have to do it by eye, and sometimes you just have to go, that will do. That's definitely what I had to do in mine. So on this area of the wall, it's actually got a bit of a curve to it, so not only is it angled going down, but it's also got a changing curve in it to fit the main parts of the cliff. This made it even more difficult. So the simpler parts of this one, of course, being those angled pieces and just going up a couple blocks every 5 or 6 blocks. That's another one of the tricks, is don't go up really steep angles because it makes it very, very difficult to do. But yeah, it's not too bad from that side. And you can just see where I've actually placed a lot of these towers. I've been looking for natural areas where we've actually got it. What I do want to do at some point is actually make it look like we've had some damage on these walls, because of course these are on the ocean, they are on cliffs. So at some point what we'll start doing is eroding some of them and making like little coves, little areas where almost like smugglers could get in underneath the wall. You can imagine that the guards won't get paid a lot of money to walk these walls, especially if there's no war around at all, so you can have quite a limited guard force, because no matter what, the crown is always going to be wanting to save money on anything it can. So if we can make kind of like little smugglers' coves, little areas that then go to an underground, I think that's where we've kind of got to get to. So at some point we'll start doing that, probably on live streams rather than on these time lapses. That's what I'm thinking for a lot of these. So on the last episode, I asked you guys to help me name the main inn that is by the arena. And I had some really good comments coming in and good ideas. For example, from Bert Lunkett, the Gladiator's Goblet Inn. Also from Elgin Brecker, the Whoring Boar. Omegi came up with Chieftain Tavern. But the one that I have gone with, the main name for the inn, is the Royal Gladius. And the guy that came up with that is AJ Prozone. But thank you guys for coming up with so many different names. It really helps me with coming up with bits of lore, and it kind of gives you a chance to put your own name in my world. Anyway guys, here is the finished lot of the walls. I think it's looking absolutely awesome. I'm really happy with how it turned out, but it did take a long time, so if you guys are doing this on your project, be aware it's going to take twice as long as any of the normal builds. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you have, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.